to the channel as we'll be discussing the Real Housewives of Potomac episode 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you rate this current episode?
Mm, I say I'll give this maybe a nine, an
A
eight or a
9?
nine. Why?
Okay.
Because with this episode, there was like, all right, you're seeing some storylines developing. I mean,
Hmm.
there were one and two scenes that you could have like, he wasn't giving that much, but it
Right,
was
right.
okay. It was okay. They get into like some storylines and like some little beef going on so far with the housewives. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, Neka.
yeah,
All right.
why she is
My God.
she's included. She is included.
Yeah,
I mean, she's sent to the show, so
for me, I would give it on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it probably an 8.
hmm
Um, it's still like a slow burner. It's not really giving what I'm used to
yeah,
and so forth. But the first scene we realized where it was with Ashley and her mom when they met up to go do plant shopping or flower shopping for our house.
yeah.
And what were your thoughts on that scene and the
I mean,
meetup?
that scene was somewhat underwhelming for me. I was like, they could have cut that shit out, I guess. But I guess
Right.
they were just trying to show the lead up to her having the housewarming. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get much from the scene. Didn't get it just actually typically being messy and having her mom there to like bounce ideas off how she can still be more messy, telling her when she's going to the part who is invited and who is not invited and all of that.
Right.
So yeah, that was basically it for me.
The scene for me was it was a nice casual scene, nothing for an opening scene. Doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
but I guess it was the build up for the actual housewarming. In the scene, basically, we saw where Ashley basically was going through the list of persons that she's invited to her housewarming, and also that Candice isn't invited. You know that they still have their back and forth friendship from previous seasons, and she discussed about inviting her new friend, which is Neka. She will be also coming to the housewarming and stuff like that. And then also her mom, which I assume the producers told her mom to do it. Then she asked about the actual lawsuit that Michael has against Candice.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
so
And this is just me saying, I believe she's lying. She knows more about it. Besides,
hmm
this is your husband. You're not
exactly.
divorced yet. This is still your husband, and also y'all were like on a vacation recently together. I'm sure they discussed it.
Right,
I'm sure the
right.
topic came up at some point. She's just lying about, oh, I just learned this. I learned
hmm
what I've learned is on social media, just like everybody else. I believe that's cap. That is cap.
Yeah. That's the same thing I got from the scene.
Yeah.
Like I believe she knows, but she doesn't want to share much. And then because again,
Right.
Michael is not necessarily a part of the show anymore, she's gonna pretend as if like she doesn't really
hmm
know much. Um, in regards to the lawsuits, it was pretty much of what Candice said previous season about Michael, some going to some guy's house or whatever, allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I remember that.
but but to me, I think she's just pretending that she doesn't necessarily know anything about the lawsuit. But that was pretty much the scene. I didn't really get much. It wasn't
Mm,
really much to it. The
yeah.
next scene we had was pretty much me and Karen. They met up in the park and they basically were discussing
This
the
was a funny scene. I ain't gonna lie. I like all the scenes with Karen.
yeah yeah
Always funny.
hmm It was a funny scene, yes, especially the whole when Karen went up to
Handshake
her
thing. It is
and
something
shake
that
her hand, and I
it
was
is
like,
something
"Yep,
that I would have done too.
right,"
It is
because
something,
it's
right?
basically trying not to be fake. You get
Mm-hmm.
me? Because if we had issues previous season and it wasn't resolved, I would not come into this episode or sorry, this season and act as if like we're all great and
Yeah.
everything is good. So
All
I
good.
understand.
It's
Yeah, I understand Karen shaking her hand and everything like that's kind of setting the tone to know like
yeah.
it's baby steps. We kind of have to, work our
Right.
way back to that friendship. In the scene, what did you get from the scene with Karen and Mia?
Um. it was somewhat kind of ridiculous to me. Why? Because Mia wasn't taking full accountability for what she did. And
Right.
aside from that, she was just talking a bunch of bullshit, talking about, oh, I'm off, I'm stopped drinking. And then she gonna
Hmm.
turn back and say, I'm just drinking wine. Girl, you're still drinking. You're stupid.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, say that.
The thing with Mia, the thing with Mia, she makes good TV, but
She
this
does.
whole thing of saying something and then forgetting or saying something and then changing their mind and stuff
It's
like that. It
getting
kind of
tired
just
now.
yeah, it's getting very tired. It's getting very old.
Yeah.
Um, she mentions Karen's that spoke about the rumor that she brought last season, stating that she heard that Karen and some person from I guess Las Vegas had stuff hooked up or something like that.
Hmm.
And Karen, doesn't play with our institution.
She don't.
So she, she's going to defend that to the utmost.
Which I
And
agree
then,
because you gotta stand for something.
exactly.
And
And
both of us
clearly,
are
Mia doesn't,
comfortable with rumors.
exactly, always. The next scene was Robin or Roberts. Robert and one. Robert and one.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, it is just sad over there. Like, on all the housewives, Robin, her scenes just always seem scripted. It's just
Yeah,
like an action, and then after they're done
yeah,
scene, and then that's it. They probably never see each other for the rest of the time until they're probably shooting
right.
another scene. That's how it feels. It doesn't feel like it's like a husband and wife thing. It just feels
Yeah,
like it's two actors coming together and they're playing a role. That's how it
yeah.
feels.
It was really forced.
Yeah, that's how
It
it
reminded
felt.
me of the first episode, the scene between the two of them. I got that same impression that it seems very produced, it seems very forced, it doesn't seem authentic, it doesn't seem genuine. Um, the scene she discusses the fact that when she went to Giselle, she felt like it was an intervention, and one was just there. And
I
then
mean, it's, I don't care. He literally said it.
he never cares. And I think because he doesn't care, she is trying not to care as well.
She's trying to care, but she do because she's over there sad.
Right. And that's the sad thing about it. I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I understand she gets notes from the producers of what they need to discuss in a scene. But the fact that it seems as if like it's overly forced, it doesn't seem like
Yes.
they want, it's like, what are we doing
It's
here?
it's giving that Robin is probably tired and ready to go. I think she should.
She should have gone from season two.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what are we, I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, can we get some sort of like you had a scandal last season, and I'm happy
Hmm.
now that you have something to discuss finally for a season. And instead of you going back to your roots of being authentic and
Yeah.
sharing what is really happening, or you come back and you're like, first of all,
It's so
persons were
funny.
like,
All of them, I think, which I believe, she is the one that's always talking about, oh, this is real life, this is reality
yes,
TV, this
yes,
is all of that. But
yes,
yet
yes.
she's not true and she's not authentic.
You're right. And that's the thing, is like I don't understand the fact that you came back this season knowing that everybody was saying that you should have been fired
Hmm.
because you shared nothing and you went on your podcast and decided to share it there and then put it behind a paywall for persons to pay to get more details about the situation.
Right.
And then Bravo or whoever gave you another go to come back as a main housewife, not as a friend of, but as a main housewife. And you come back and like you still give nothing. Like you're sitting in the scene, like the both of you are screaming at each other how much you don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was it to me, I don't know. The scene to me was just pointless. Like if I was a producer, I would just look on the scene and be like, okay, we got nothing from this. It's the same thing she said from the first episode in the same scene that she doesn't care. Both of them don't care. If the both of you don't care, I don't know why we're even taking
And
our,
like,
wasting our time on them.
hey, and she kind of giving like she ain't feeling any other housewife, including Giselle as well. Like,
Right.
it's like,
I'm just over the fact that she is basically
Her
doing.
story, her storyline is played out, and it's time to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's honestly time to
yeah.
go. Like it's ridiculous. Then we had Neka Ahim or Neka Ahim. I don't want to spoil her last name. Miss Neka. What's
Nice
your
name.
thoughts of the new housewife?
Mm. I don't know. For some strange reason, I feel like I kind of like her, and I feel like I might like her more as
Yeah,
we come in episodes. She and her husband they're funny, they're cute.
yeah, yeah. He's a
Uh,
doctor. Some persons were
yeah,
saying that she should have been on Married to Medicine because the fact that her husband is a doctor,
she
it made
should.
sense. It
That's
should, yeah.
yeah, that's a way more better idea than being on
But
Potomac. But
hot
okay,
Potomac. But for me, I like her, but the fact that I know she's gonna have issues with Wendy further on makes me kind of apprehensive against
why
liking
not?
her.
And so, regardless of that, I feel like I still like her. Why? Because I don't think she was the mastermind behind that. Ashley was. She's the messy one.
Right,
She
right.
is the one that was having a conversation with Nika and then ran back to Wendy. She went back to Wendy and then she said
Yeah,
it like in a messy way, like
that's
she
the
was
way.
like she was like talking trash when she wasn't. The scene
Exactly.
showed she was not talking trash, so I didn't like that. That Ashley is the like the bone collector for
Yeah, like she's like the
for
Sheree of
Plateau.
Potomac. Yeah,
She,
like the bone collector.
but she is collecting the wrong bone and giving the wrong
Wrong message, yeah.
just
That's not
see.
the role of a bone collector. A bone collector does not
Yeah.
switch the narrative. They stick to the narrative and care about this. But I get money vibes though from the new housewife. Reason being why I said that was the fact when she was speaking about the multiple homes that she has. It
Yeah.
reminded me of when Money came on, I believe it was season 4 or season 3,
Mm.
when she sat down with Karen and Robin and Giselle regarding, and Giselle was like, "You don't have a home," and then she was like, "I have 4 homes." So the fact that she came in and was pretty much discussing the multiple homes that she had, I was like, okay, like giving me money vibes. Still like you so far,
Still
but
like you.
you're giving me money vibes so far. Not in a bad, not negatively or something is wrong with that, but she gave me
Mhm.
money vibes the way how she came in, like it just gave me money vibes. But I didn't like the idea though when she was saying something about her mortgage and the fact that she didn't disclose the different homes that she has and the fact that something regarding
The,
it seems
like that,
very, very scamish. Like, why wouldn't you discuss or disclose that on your
and like
application?
doctor is her husband though. He's a surgeon or something like that.
I have no clue. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
So
yeah,
many homes
but
is given more than just a surgeon by Morgan and what scrub model by Evelyn and a club owner by night.
then we have the next scene where Wendy meets up with a TV show producer because Wendy, she every season she has to have a new business idea and she's good looking to start a new talk show. And I don't know. What are your thoughts
I
on Wendy's new talk show
I
idea?
I love their Wendy to heart. Love her to heart. But this
Oh
talk
Lord,
show,
this sounds very shady now.
this
I
talk
said
show is
no.
not it. She can just,
Yeah.
just. I know that she gotta like have a storyline, but this is
Mm-hmm.
not it. I hope that it
Yeah.
change in the coming like episodes, but a talk show,
Right.
mm-mm.
That was my idea. I was like, girl, first you came on and you spoke about your 4 degrees. The following season you came on saying you're doing candles. The following
Mm-hmm.
season you come on
Like,
saying you
what
wanted to
happened to
open.
that candle business though? Is it still going or something?
That's what
Like,
I'm getting at. And then you next last season you came on saying you wanted to do a restaurant with Peter. Now you're coming on again with
remember
a new
that?
season. Nothing is wrong with wanting to have multiple streams, but can we get some follow up on the business that you're doing?
Right.
Like,
Some follow up on the
can we
business
get some
because clearly you were using
updates?
those for your storyline previously.
It's yeah,
Yeah.
because now it's starting to come off as a storyline. Like I feel like going into season 9, I'm going to think that she's going to come and have a new business idea. And I'm like, yeah, can we get something more to the business? I don't know anything more what's going on with the candle.
What
I
development you
don't know if
need?
the candle is still burning. I don't know if the candle has lost its flame. Then you came on saying you wanted to do a restaurant. I don't even know if you found a restaurant. I don't know if you
I
decided not
doubt
to
it.
bother with
And
the restaurant.
I'm a small person.
Exactly. I don't know whatever happened with the restaurant idea. No, you come on saying you want to do a talk show, and I'm like, girl, yes, good, get in your bag and everything
Stick
like
to
that. But
something. Stick to something.
stick
Stick
to
to something.
something. Like, stop coming on every season, creating new story or new business venture, and then as
Yeah.
the season ends, the business ends. I'm assuming.
The big
Is that
things
the
with this.
yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. As the season ends, the business has ended, so we're closed for business, and then I don't know. And
Absolutely.
then they went
I kind of need
around
more
it.
from her this season. I need more. So far,
Yeah.
she more.
And then she discussed the names of the show. So the first name she had in mind
Those
was
are funny.
Zenwen. Zenwen.
Mm-mm.
And then the lady was, are you
Stupid.
oh my God. And then she comes back and she says, Wendy's wisdom.
Wendy's wisdom. That almost gave me the vibe as Wendy Williams. I was like, does she want to create like a talk show because her name is Wendy and you had Wendy Williams? I don't know. But girl, just give it up. Give
The
it
only
up.
one that made sense to me, and it seems that's what the only one the other lady had made sense was Wine with Dr. Wendy. And I was like, okay, that's
Why with
cute.
Dr. Wendy?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that
she
was
was
cute, but
like, she'll drink a glass of wine. It's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And then the next thing is that the lady was saying that about hiring a PA, and then when he was like, "Oh, I have a PA, I have a PA," and then she was like, "Oh, what's a PA?" I'm like, "Girl, you don't know what a production assistant is? Like, what the hell are you saying that you have a PA, and then you're asking what the hell is a PA? Like,
Really, she doesn't know what she's getting herself into. And she kind of setting herself
and
up to look stupid.
that's the thing what I don't like about the whole idea is that you're coming in and you're stating that you're creating a new business venture and it seems very storyline-ish because you don't even do the much research. When she did the candle line business, it was the same thing. She didn't know much about the candle line. She didn't know much about business. She had to go to her husband for advice. And then you come back next season saying you want to do the restaurant, you go to Peter for advice. Sounded like again, you sound like you didn't do much research. And then you come back this season saying you want to do a talk show, and you have this producer with you, and then you don't even know what the hell is a PA. But you have a PA. You don't know what a PA is, but you have a PA for you. I don't get it.
Mm-mm.
I honestly don't
She
get
needs
it.
to bring some more. I don't know.
She needs to bring something more.
She probably on the chopping block with Robin right now.
No, I think Ashley should be on the chopping block with Robin because Ashley right now is
That's
grasping for straws. She's grasping for straws. She has nothing to give. Yeah.
her storyline just be messy, and then when she get caught in her lies or the mess that
She
she is
acts
in,
delusional like she
she
doesn't
gets
know what the
delusional.
mess is about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Mm-mm.
next we move on to the
Oh.
next scene, and the next scene pretty much was Karen, Ashley, Giselle, and Mia met up. I kinda like this scene because it gave me old school when Karen
Mm-hmm.
and Giselle were close, you know, where they were cool and everything like that and they all got along. Of course, Karen came into the scene. She shook Mia's hand, which is good, letting her know that this is the basis that we're on. And then, of course, Ashley in the scene in her confessional basically introduced that she has got new tatas. Thoughts on
Yeah.
Ashley's?
Before I give my thoughts on Ashley, also I always gotta say, I always love the scenes with Karen because that scene was just funny, light, and they
Mm-hmm.
did talk about like heavy stuff, but it was still like it wasn't like too
Lights.
much drama,
Right.
nothing like
Yes,
that.
yes. Right.
And yeah, for Ashley, good for her. Them titties, I ain't gonna lie, they're sitting perfect and they look good. So yeah,
Yeah.
being
But
single now, I guess.
I saw them, I was like, Ashley, you're supposedly going through a divorce. Is now the time to be
She got them
getting
like a month
breast
ago.
implants? Yeah, is now the time to be getting a breast implant? Like,
Why not? She's single.
does she have the money to spend
Somewhat.
to be, does she have the
Somewhat. She got
money? Does
right.
she have the money? Because she doesn't, I don't know what else outside of
Michael
the
paid
show that she
Michael
does.
paid for them allegedly.
So allegedly Michael paid for them. So I'm wondering if
Yeah.
allegedly Michael is still getting to play with them.
So allegedly.
Because I'm like, girl, you decided at this time
Mm,
that now is the moment I need to go and do my breasts. But okay.
mm. I
Then we
mean,
had
like,
this
what happened to priorities? But okay.
exactly. Then we have this build up where Karen and she did her health test and she was going on and I was like, okay, what's happening?
Oh,
My then she said she had like 5% something in her heart or
5%
some
build
calcium
up,
build some built
calcium,
up in her
5%
yeah.
calcium.
So, yeah,
You
built up.
know,
I don't know what that means, as Giselle said in the scene. I don't know what that means. I'm glad that it's not life threatening. Can give it
yeah,
that. But the whole build up to it, I'm like, girl, what are we doing here?
right.
Like,
Like, she was low, when I felt like she was like low key, implying that she could have a heart attack at any moment. But a
yes, yes.
5% is not. So then she's like trying to like give like a health scare, but trying not to do much because she knows she might get a backlash from it. So I was like, girl,
Yeah,
you
right.
probably shouldn't have done that. But okay,
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. The editing for this scene though, I liked it, especially when they were exercising on the machine and then they were like, Karen, I believe, said Giselle must open it wide because she has a young person. And then
Yeah.
the editors put cougar friendly. And I'm like, oh my God, these shady editors. Like, oh my
Right.
gosh. But yeah, it was, I like that. And then, of course, they discuss, as in, I think it was Wendy, no, sorry, not Wendy. I think it was Giselle or Ashley asked Karen what's the situation now with Mia and Karen. And of course,
Mhm.
they discuss that and state that, they're on a handshake basis, of course, build up, to get to know and stuff. And then we had Giselle also discuss the conversation she had with Robin at the house, and
Mhm.
um, she stated that Karen needs to apologize to Robin. Thoughts?
Well, I can't recall what their issue was. I mean, could you fill me in
All
with
right, so
Robin and
the issue last season was I think it seemed as if they brought Charisse in to come at Karen. And
oh yeah.
then it was a situation where I think they were in Mexico or something like that. And they basically, Robin was coming saying that people are going to find out who she is and blah, blah, blah. And then Karen was basically saying as well that she knows about one's alleged
Oh,
mistress
so
and
the
that they look like
mistress.
Karen. Right,
Oh yeah, I
right.
remember that.
So the two of them had this little sparring back and forth. So I
Mhm.
think that is where Giselle is coming from, that she owes
Um,
Robin an apology. But I don't know. I don't see it that way because as
I
far as
kind
I'm concerned,
I kind of agree with Giselle. Why? Because you can have a double standard. She,
hmm
Karen, be going about in the group saying that there should be no more rumors, and like whoever came up with like a rumor in the past season,
right,
which was about her. She had, well, she said she owes her an apology, which Mia did, whatever.
right.
But there's a double standard because she came up with a rumor about Robin, so she should apologize as well. I feel
Um, I see your point, but for me,
fair is fair. Fair
yeah,
is fair.
fair is fair, but to me, I believe Robin was sort of the first person that drew the flame. So Karen
I
just
know,
responded.
I know, but it is a rumor.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is
not
yeah,
true.
it is true. She shouldn't have brought it to the show. No
Yeah.
problem with that. But to me, how I got from the scene when Giselle was saying that she thinks that Karen needs to apologize to Robin, I would have more appreciated if she stated in the scene that I think you both need to talk and apologize to each other. But the
Hmm.
way how she made it seem like Carrie needs to apologize to Robin, it made it seem like she's trying to say that Robin did nothing wrong. You need to apologize to her. And I'm like, you can't be fair or trying to be the middle person and then at the same time you're trying to hold someone else accountable and not the
Hmm.
other person because both parties had a had something to do with it. So you can't just hold one person accountable and think that, oh, they should apologize. Like, it doesn't, I don't see it that way, but that was like gut. And
Mm-hmm.
then the next scene was pretty much the housewarming. Now, this scene was a long ass scene. A long
It was
ass scene.
long
And
with a lot.
how long it is, there is even next episode continuation to the same housewarming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like a lot of shit went down at that housewarming. The scene started off with Giselle arriving. I don't know what the hell Giselle was wearing. Don't know what she was wearing. Then we had Karen and Charisse that showed up in the same outfits.
Okay, which is crazy, and this is not the first time. This
It's
is
not the
not
first
the
time.
first time, so that's
I think at this
wild.
point they just need to just hug it out to kiss and make up because
Feel
now
so
y'all are
because
showing up in the same outfit. I'm like, what next?
the universe is saying something. They should just be friends.
Yeah. Then we had Ashley now basically carrying Charisse, Giselle, Mia, and Karen on a tour of the new house. And while in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when Wendy arrived. Of course, Wendy arrived and she went and hugged Karen. And did you see when Giselle kind of do a
I
little
saw
1-2
that.
step to the side?
Like,
Like,
girl, first of all, I think Wendy would have like walked over to her. Was
Wendy
like,
was not going to her. And
whatever
in
you
my
need to
head,
do to make the scene about you.
exactly. And came at this girl about her husband, and she gave you back a response, right?
Mhm.
And she came last season trying to be cordial with you, and you want no parts of that. All of a sudden, you hate
Right,
her because the first season when she came on, you loved her, especially when they were icing out money. And then you
right.
decided to use another season now to come at her husband, and she called you out on it. You didn't like the call out. A lot of people call you out on stuff. And then you decided that
Mm-hmm.
you just dislike this girl for whatever reason. There's no reconciliation. There's no coming back. You just hate this girl. This girl coming in to hug Karen, and you're stepping to the side. Like, why are we moving to the side? Like, what's the point of all of that?
Yeah,
That was just totally unnecessary. Again, Wendy didn't acknowledge
unnecessary,
her. She went to
childish.
Charisse. She hugged Charisse. Of course, she and Mia has their situation, so she did not acknowledge Mia.
Yeah.
The Sesame Street of them all decided to show her face into the
Oh,
scene.
she. Why is she?
I don't, and even she was really friends with Ashley and she was at the housewarming. We could have done well with us editing her out of the scene. Like there was no need for her to be shown in the scene. We didn't care to
Definitely
see
not.
her.
I didn't
Yeah,
care to see.
we didn't care to see her. I believe even at one point, where although she was sitting at the table with everyone, I think when every housewife came, at one point I don't recall seeing her at the table anymore. I think the producers probably tap her on her shoulder and say, "Hey,
Tap
you gotta
her.
get up. You gotta
I
get
don't
up."
remember who was trying to like sit beside Giselle, and she was like, "Robin is sitting here." I don't remember who was. I
Yes,
think it's either
yes,
her
yes.
or one of them who were like who didn't have who were like a male who didn't have a male one. I think. I don't remember who it was. I think it was
Right.
her though.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think to me, I don't know why she was back. I love that Wendy said was like, I know this is a housewarming party, but I'm not a kids party. I guess the entertainment came early. I was like, oh shit.
Came earlier.
I don't know why she was there. I don't know who invited her. I don't know. Neka arrived. Neka. She
Right.
arrived and then she got introduced to everybody at the table and Ashley got activated.
I see.
I don't know if Wendy is smart enough or what, but she went in and she was like, she was like, Ashley, I really value you and whatever,
I
whatever. So
love what she did.
I was wondering like, is she know that Ashley's coming with some shit? So guess what?
I
She's gonna try
think
to.
Wendy's very smart. I mean, she got
Yes.
fucking 4 or 5 degrees.
Four
What,
ass
4 degrees?
degrees, yeah.
She's
Four
very
degrees.
smart. Like,
Very smart.
come on now.
But at the same
Like, I
time,
like.
but I think as well that she also where Wendy was coming from. If you remember last season when drink was thrown on Wendy, Ashley was
Mm-hmm.
like the only person that kind of had her back. So I don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
true that she basically, as much as she did some shady shit in season 6 regarding her husband, if she's trying to still build some sort of friendship with her. Hence why she kind of started off the conversation by, praising her and congratulating her on the new
Yeah.
host. And Ashley was like, I hear what you're saying, but I got some shits to say. And I was like,
Yeah.
here we go. Messy Ashley. Here we go.
She,
Messy. And we got
because
she proceeded to talk about the whole Neka's comment regarding that family that Wendy's family being Osu, which means some Nigerian back in the days type of I don't really know much about it, but again, Wendy wasn't phased. She was like she gave her definition of what it is. She said that if we were like if we whatever Osu, whatever that term is, she basically stated that then the event that they had for her children, then nobody would have showed up if that was the case.
right
And then in the same scene,
when she was having a conversation with Nika, right?
right,
She was
so
the one.
that
She
scene was not
basically.
shown, but that scene looked like it was filmed before, where I guess she
Mhm.
was talking about like Wendy because they both come from that same Nigerian type
That's
background.
Miss. She was even the same one who brought up the degrees and the
Yes,
being a doctor and all of that. And then
right,
she just relay all of that information in a messy way, like it was Nika who did her
yeah,
research and came to this conversation and brought all of this up. So,
yeah, but
actually,
in the same scene, the producers then asked Ashley that that wasn't the way that the conversation was brought to her, and then she was like,
right,
"Oh, really? Oh, maybe it's the
right,
tequila." And I'm like, "Girl, so you have no storyline.
really,
So
no
you decide to
storyline.
bring this girl in now to have a beef
Mm,
with Wendy for no apparent reason." And I'm like, I don't like that because they
because
both
it's
could
so
have
funny. When I heard that, like, there was a next Nigerian girl coming in, I thought she and Wendy was going, like, have a little sister bond.
right,
And they're like
right,
both dark chocolate girls. So I was like,
right,
okay, more chocolate girls for the show. Like,
yeah.
but
But I didn't like the idea of it, and I'm like there we go, creating beef for no reason. Like, can't we just have an
creating beef for no
authentic
reason.
beef or authentic argument? Why do we have to be
Right.
leaving snippets or for someone to then start something with someone? Why we can't? Are you guys that
For no
bored?
reason. Because of lack
Exactly.
of communication.
Exactly. Are we that
Or
bored that we have to be going into a season and be like, okay, let's do this or let's do that? Why can't we come in or go back to the days of reality TV? I know it's whatever, but can we go back to the days of reality TV where we be authentic? Stop creating
authentic.
drama. Stop
I mean, that's the whole
creating.
point of reality TV.
Exactly. I know it's entertainment purposes, but like stop
Right.
creating unnecessary drama between cast members because it's kind
If it should
for something
happen, let it
serious like
happen.
that though, it's like you're blaming like this girl is now speaking ill of her family when that wasn't the
Right.
case.
When
And
she
then you're gonna
wasn't, that
have them
wasn't.
and then you're gonna have it play out throughout the entire season of them bickering or going back and forth. Only for
Yeah.
maybe what at the reunion it shows that that was not the situation. So we did all of this for the entire season for what? Just
For
you
nothing.
creating drama for nothing. Like I don't like that idea or that mindset that's especially like Gizelle and like Ashley decides to, go into a season with like they go like they have to create some drama. Like let's talk about your life. Like what's going on in your life. Like
How
let's do
about that?
that. But yeah, but I don't like the idea or the vibe of just creating drama for no reason. And then the
Hmm.
scene kind of ended there, but we will see what next week's bring. And that's why I rated it at 8 out of 10. It was okay, but it didn't really give me much build up. Like it wasn't much of a build up
Mm.
there to it.
I-
But
On mine, I'll probably give it a 7. After
yeah,
all
but
this discussion, I feel like I'll probably give it a 7. Yeah.
yeah. But I really want to hear what you guys think, though. I want you guys to leave in the comment section below. Let us know what you rate this
Yeah.
episode. What were your thoughts on tonight's episode? And we'll see you next week to discuss episode 3. And I hope you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you next week.